News 10 at 11.
Whether it's graduating from college,
Can't miss the game, man. It's not, graduation's not that important.
or a school rally,
I just want to see the game, man.
there was just one thing on the minds of everyone tonight.
It's all about Kings.
The Kings and the Lakers for Game 3. At least we think it was the Lakers. We're not sure about that. That's our top story tonight. I'm Dale Schornack.
I'm Christina Mendonça. This time, no one can blame a cheeseburger.
Well, the Kings take control of this game very early. The Lakers, in fact, don't even show up until a run late in the game, but it was not enough. Dana is here with, this is just a huge win for the Kings.
Yeah, you know, the Kings had gone down there 5 games, the last 5 times in the postseason, had not picked up a victory. A very big win. 2 losses for the Lakers in a row in the postseason just doesn't happen. Between burger analysis, ref bashing, and trips to Webster's dictionary to decipher Shaq speak, it was hard to remember what this Kings-Lakers series was all about. What? Oh, yeah, basketball. To Game 3 down in L.A., Kings looking like the home team, attacking from the start. Vlade, prime example with defense there, and on the other end, helping Weber with the offense. 26 points for Weber in the game to lead the Kings, 6 of them in double figures. Sack up as many as 27 in the game. Kings survive a late rally to beat L.A. 103-90 for a 2-1 series lead. Sports director Stuart Sato joins us now from L.A. Stu, a scare down the stretch, but the Kings got this huge victory, and it's a rare one for them at the Staples Center.
Oh, no question about it. This was a real big win tonight, Dana, and in the locker room, not a huge lot of celebrating because they know they have more work to do to finish off the Lakers. 2 more wins to go before the NBA Finals. This was nice, reminiscent of Game 1 at Arco Arena. Remember, the Lakers took the big early lead, never let the Kings back in the game. Well, tonight, the Kings turned the tables.
I mean, we got a great offensive team, and I mean, when we pass and cut and make them react, I mean, that's when we at our best, and they on their toes, they don't really know what's going to happen. So, you know, we just got to continue to do that throughout the playoffs.
You give our whole team credit for the way they approached this game. Hito came out strong. You know, Vlade was good. I mean, all 7 guys who played were really good.
You know, I thought we started slowly. They started slowly, and they saw that we were tentative and took advantage of us right away in the last 5 minutes of that first quarter.
Yes, it's a deja vu all over again. Dana, remember back to Game 1 after the Lakers upset the Kings. We're saying if the Kings lose Game 2, their backs are against the wall. Same scenario, only reverse roles. If the Lakers lose on Sunday, the Kings are very much in control of the series.
Yeah, the only thing is the Lakers are the 2-time defending champs. Thanks a lot, Stu. We'll talk to you later on in sports.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
And the one thing is the Kings do have some room for improvement. They got to improve on the rebounding. They can't let another Lakers run go like they did in the 4th quarter, but a very big win for them.
Oh, and the Lakers are going to come out on Sunday now just with a vengeance.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Be ready for that.
Very important for the Kings to really set the tone in the 1st quarter in that game as well.
Just like they did tonight. They
Yeah.
were playing Kings ball, and whew,
Fun to
nobody can
watch.
touch them.
Yeah.
All right,
absolutely.
thanks, Dana.
Well, fans in Sacramento, I mean, this road victory tonight was even sweeter, I think, than the last win here at home against Los Angeles.
Absolutely. As Dave Marcus reports, Sacramentans trying to watch the game were just as creative as ever.
At McClatchy High School, they opened the gym for a class competition that soon turned into a big screen Kings game.
Because all the kids are going to watch the Kings games no matter what, so we thought we'd go ahead and have it here.
No, I wouldn't come here if I couldn't watch the game. I don't care about the rally. I just want to see the game, man.
It's all about Kings. She thinks these are Lakers colors, but
yeah, they are.
We're graduating for Sac State. Woo!
Over at Sac State, a tough call that had only one way to go.
Now, what's more important here? You know?
Graduation!
You can't miss the game, man. It's not, graduation's not that important.
So there was only one answer.
2nd quarter, and they're up by like 20 points. I don't know if
Go Kings!
I have been a Kings fan for longer than I've been going to college, but had to be here, so still watching the game, though. Go Kings!
Same thing up in the stands.
My grandma's a huge Kings fan, and she was torn when she heard that the game was on Friday night as long as graduation. So she's coming with the TV, radio, full on.
They're up by 12 right now.
The Kings are winning by 23 points, 73-49.
It's a beautiful night to watch the Kings and see a friend graduate from college.
Back at McClatchy, the final countdown to victory.
What was this? This is magic. It's the Kings!
They're just playing really well together. Yeah, they're making all their shots. She's doing great. Everything. Even though the fans aren't there, we were here and they could hear us all the way from Sacramento.
So those grads right now hopefully are out celebrating but being safe, enjoying the start of really a new life for them, but also a big Kings victory tonight, and go Kings on Sunday.
Fun to watch. Well, the Kings aren't the only ones away from home this holiday weekend. Californians are hitting the road in bigger numbers than we've seen in a year. Just take a look at how crowded Highway 50 was shortly after 5 o'clock. People were not wasting any time to enjoy the Memorial Day weekend. And as News 10's Dana Howard shows us, the fear of traveling after 9/11 seems to have dissipated a bit.
You have a good night. Americans are on the move like what we haven't seen since 9/11.
Out of here.
Airports are buzzing this Memorial Day weekend, and they're expected to keep humming throughout the summer. But that doesn't mean travelers have put all their worries behind them.
Coming down the escalator, just talking to my wife, saying, hey, look at this guy, you know, what do you think about that? And then he walked in on our plane.
Concerned, but the planes are still filling up.
And there was a lot of fright, and I think people are easing back into it. And this is a good time. What's it been, 6, 8 months?
In fact, analysts predict that traffic at airports this weekend is going to be stronger than it was on Christmas or even Thanksgiving of last year, just after 9/11. But while people are returning to the skies, the airports still aren't going to be as busy as they are on an ordinary Memorial Day weekend. It may be more worry about the economy than flying that has the roads packed going into this weekend.
Cars are, bunched up. They're bumper to bumper out here.
AAA predicts 76% of travel will be on the road. Tom Reed says gas prices are good, airfares are down, so he's doing both.
We flew into Vegas, and we rented a car there, and we've been traveling ever since.
America's back on the road. Travelers say it feels good. In Sacramento, Dana Howard, News 10.
Meanwhile, the Federal Aviation Administration says long airport delays will be a thing of the past this summer. The FAA says pilots will be able to use new routes through Canadian airspace over the Atlantic Ocean and routes that used to be reserved for the U.S. military. Not only will the routes be more direct, it will give airlines more room to maneuver around storm systems. The FAA says it will also provide airlines with more frequent weather reports.
In addition to hitting the road this weekend, thousands of people will be hitting the water, hopefully safely. Many already enjoying Folsom Lake. That reservoir is nearly full. People like Ron Davis and his family just can't wait to get into the water. And the state park rangers, well, they are doing their best to make sure everyone knows the rules of safety.
You want to pass the boat that's coming towards you head on, should be on your left. It's called the port side. While you're in the boat, all kids 11 years and under have to be wearing a life jacket. And it's got to be a Coast Guard approved life jacket also.
Last year, there were more than 900 boating accidents on state waterways, and alcohol was involved in 40% of those.
And another quick reminder, if you're packing to leave when you do get out there in the sun, there's one more thing you want to remember: sun protection. In the 1930s, your risk of getting melanoma was 1 in 1,500. Today, because of the hole in the ozone layer and America's never-ending search for the perfect tan, that risk is now 1 in 42.
If you've had multiple sunburns, you get to a point where the cell's DNA can no longer make the necessary repairs, and the damaged cells just continue to multiply.
There are 3 types of skin cancer. All can be prevented with a few simple steps. Avoid the sun between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. if you can. If you must go out, wear a wide-brimmed hat and use a sunscreen of SPF 30 or higher. And the best way to put on sunscreen is to apply one layer, wait 10 or 15 minutes, and then put another coat on. And the sun goes right through that t-shirt you wear at the beach to protect your shoulders, so be sure to put sunscreen on under clothes.
You know, we're not trying to throw water on your charcoal here, but there is something you need to know before firing up the grill this weekend. There is a serious design flaw in 155,000 Red Devil grills, and it's already caused some serious burns to some folks. The grills look like this one on the right there, and they are named Red Devil, and also it says right on there, the portable outdoor kitchen. Now, safety experts say if you have one of these, just throw it away because those grills can collapse. In fact, the Consumer Product Safety Commission wanted to do a recall, but the company was already out of business. And for more information, you can log on to our website at news10.net and just click on the links button. In some other news tonight, a strike by the state's largest nurses union may have been averted tonight. The nurses union and the University of California have tentatively agreed on a new contract. If it's ratified next month, it's going to be hefty pay hikes all around for UC nurses all over California. The new contract would provide increases of up to 38% in pay and pension benefits over the next 3 years.
An FBI agent accuses her superiors of blocking the investigation of a suspected terrorist before 9/11. We'll have the story. Plus,
what was she doing in the park? Was she jogging? Was she alone? Was she with someone?
we'll have the latest on the investigation into the death of Chandra Levy.
And someone may have stolen personal information from our state's computer system. We'll show you what you can do to protect yourself. It's coming up next on News 10 at 11.
Hi, I'm News 10's Jennifer Smith here with the Sacramento River Cats, inviting you to join us and ride against hunger.
And that means it's time to get your bike ready.
That's right, so you can enjoy a scenic ride through Sacramento.
And we made it easy for you to register.
Just go to news10.net or visit any Blockbuster video location. And the best part is all the proceeds go to the Sacramento Food Bank to help in the fight against hunger. So gear up and join us on Saturday, June 8th here at Raleigh Field for a day of fun. For more details, visit us at news10.net.
In the war on terrorism, 150 U.S. troops stormed a compound in Afghanistan overnight. The raid lasted 8 hours, killing 1, wounding 2, and capturing 50. The compound is just west of Kandahar and believed to be a sanctuary for top Taliban and al-Qaeda leaders. U.S. troops haven't sorted out the detainees yet, but do say they got some valuable intelligence from the raid. No American or allied forces were hurt. More questions tonight surrounding the FBI investigation with Moussawi's computer. They would have found a telephone number of one key bin Laden associate and information on crop dusting. Special Agent Rowley accuses the agency's leadership of misleading lawmakers because they're embarrassed they bungled the investigation. The FBI director has turned the matter over to the Justice Department.
Well, some new details tonight in the Chandra Levy investigation. Today, Washington, D.C. police admitted that last year they never searched the area where Chandra's skeletal remains were found this week. Rock Creek Park, though, covers a big area, about 1,800 acres, and investigators say searching that entire area just would have been impossible. Meanwhile, police will be re-interviewing this man, Ingmar Guandik. He is serving a 10-year sentence for assaulting 2 women in the same area of the park where Levy was found.
We were aware of him, aware of the circumstances, monitored his conviction, and actually talked to him before. But now that we know that where Chandra was found, where she laid for some apparent 12 months, we'll go back and look at him and others.
No new information from the autopsy that was done yesterday, but as we told you last night, the medical examiner reportedly found a fracture in Chandra's skull. Investigators don't know yet if that fracture came before or after her death.
A small victory tonight for the poorest Californians. A state budget subcommittee voted to restore funding for Medi-Cal and healthy families. The governor's budget proposal includes more than $750 million in cuts for Medi-Cal. The plan also delays expanding low-cost health insurance for parents through the Healthy Families program. One state lawmaker says the budget crisis should not be solved at the expense of the most vulnerable Californians.
Gray Davis has cut nearly $1.5 billion out of health care and thrown those people out of the clinics, out of the hospitals, and into the streets. And that's just an intolerable thing for a governor who says that he cares about the people of California.
The governor maintains that none of his proposed cuts were easy, but he didn't want to ask for more tax hikes or make more cuts in education. The legislature must pass the budget by June 30th.
Well, security concerns tonight for hundreds of thousands of state workers. Someone hacked into the state's computer system. That system holds the last name, the first initial and middle initial, and also the social security numbers of 265,000 state employees. The state controller's office noticed the break-in earlier this month. An investigation revealed that hacker also got into more than 2,500 other computer systems around the world. So far, there's no evidence that the hacker actually took out any information from the system, but authorities do want all state workers to be on alert. Now, here's what you need to do. You have to call the 3 major credit houses. The numbers are on the screen. You can also log in to news10.net and look for the text version of this story, and you'll find those same numbers right there for you. Notify those agencies about what happened, and also you might want to notify your credit card company so they can be aware of any unusual activity that may be happening on your account.
Your holiday weekend forecast is coming up with Alyssa Lynn, and later,
control of everything usually. But today, I guess, we got away from him.
Trip on the river keeps going and going and going. We'll explain what happened.
But first, fans getting ready for a baseball game get a visit from an unusual tailgater. That's coming up next on News 10.
In Anaheim, a small plane crashes at a baseball stadium. A baseball fan was taking his home video at Edison Field in Anaheim when a small Cessna buzzed the parking lot. The plane bounced twice before crashing through a concrete wall. No word yet on why the plane went down, but we do want to let you know the pilot and the passenger are safe, not hurt.
Well, Alyssa's back from the Sacramento Jazz Jubilee, and we appreciated the clarinet serenade earlier tonight.
Still tapping my toes. Yeah, I played clarinet if you were with us at 5, but I think most of the music you're going to hear this weekend is probably a little higher caliber than
you were very
what
good.
y'all got.
We appreciated it.
The only song I can remember from junior high. Well, it's a huge holiday weekend with an extra 100,000 people in town, all for Sacramento's 29th annual Jazz Jubilee. The festivities started this morning with the traditional Jazz Jubilee Parade and will continue through Monday, Memorial Day. Some 151 bands from all over the world are featured this year, playing a variety of jazz styles, from traditional to Latin to swing and ragtime. You'll find it all over town, from Old Sacramento to Cal Expo to several hotels and in downtown Capital City. Let's take you outside. Kings victory tonight. City's looking good. Tower Bridge looks good. Everything looks good on a Friday night when the Kings win. Don't you think? What could be better than that? Friday night and the Kings win. That's great. High temperatures today were warm, above the average of mid-80s. We were in the upper 80s today. Sacramento 89 degrees, same for Stockton and Modesto. In Fairfield it was 88 and Tahoe with a high of 66. I like that tower cam shot from tonight. All right, let's check our current conditions. Right now Sacramento's at 69 degrees. It's very warm, mild. I don't think tomorrow will be much cooler. Roseville 68 degrees at this hour. Stockton is still at 70 degrees. Feels like summer. Modesto also 70. And I guess this is sort of the unofficial start to the summer season. A lot of folks coming back with their first sunburn by Tuesday morning. Placerville 61. Right now Auburn is at 66 degrees. And in Lake Tahoe it's currently 50. Storm trackers with some beautiful highs today. Up in Plumas County for Quincy and Blairsden, both were at 79 degrees this afternoon. Yuba City it was 88 degrees. Loomis 86. LaGrange and Mountain Ranch both with highs of about 85. All right, here's your satellite perspective. Right now California is clear. The marine layer is not that thick, but there will be a slight cooling trend. A little bit tomorrow, a little more on Sunday, and a few more degrees by the time we get to Monday. But it doesn't look like a rainmaker. Most of the storm should stay to the north. Even though it's cloudy, this pattern is fairly disorganized, and the marine layer right now is not that thick. So maybe we lose a couple of degrees and drop us down to the upper 70s or lower 80s for Memorial Day. So here's the Monday forecast. Hope you have the day off. Warm and mostly sunny skies for the valley. What about in the high country? Well, there is a chance for a few storms, but only in extreme northern California and along the crest. The Sierra will have readings of the 60s. But if you are going to the high country or anywhere outdoors this weekend, be aware the fire risk is pretty high this time of year. Things are very dry. No red flag alerts are out, but it'll be partly cloudy and becoming breezy as we go through the weekend. Highs in the 60s tomorrow, gradually dropping to the 50s for Sunday and Monday. That's in the high country. Humidity 30 to 40%. And the southwest winds, while calm tomorrow, will start to increase as we go through the weekend. All right, here's the detailed holiday forecast. Hope you have a good time, whatever you plan to do. San Francisco at 64 degrees, Lakeport with a high of 82. A mix of clouds and sun for Vacaville and Fairfield. Lower 80s to a few upper 70s. Napa tomorrow at 78 degrees. Should be very nice weather, good driving conditions, no chain controls, and that's no joke after what we saw earlier this week. 84 tomorrow in Sacramento. It'll be a little warmer than that though in Modesto. 88 tomorrow. Tracy at 84. Similar weather tomorrow to what it was today in the foothills with highs in the 80s. Mostly sunny skies, but the clouds will get a little thicker for the north hills. Auburn tomorrow at 85, and Marysville with a high of 86 degrees. What about over the Sierra? Tomorrow, not much chance for rain, but there may be a few storms by the time we get to Monday. All right, here's the extended forecast. 80s through the weekend, looking good. Monday should be about 78 degrees. A chance the temperatures will stay about average. And then next week they warm back up into the upper 80s.
Hey, average is good around here this time of year.
That. I know, this is nice. Average in August is not so nice, but hey, have a great weekend, whatever you decide to do outside. Drive safely.
All right, thanks, Lisa. Well, earlier tonight we showed you a bit of the graduation ceremonies tonight at Sacramento State.
Yeah, but we are very proud of one graduate in particular, Roy Kennedy. Ooh. That's Roy. He is a very important part of what we do here at News 10. Roy works on our assignment desk at night. He runs the desk and helps us keep on top of everything going on around Northern California. Well, tonight, Roy graduated with a degree in social science, and we would like to send our congratulations to Roy and his entire family. And also in a newsroom drawing this afternoon, Roy won 2 tickets to Game 5, Kings-Lakers. But you know,
this is a lucky day, truly. You know, he wants to be an elementary school teacher. And that's his lifelong dream, and he's getting good practice here.
Keeping
all of us in line.
Which, by the way, Roy, you're working Tuesday night, and we'll take the tickets. Thank you. No, congratulations.
That's terrific. Congratulations, Troy. Well, it's a phrase many thought they would never utter. The Kings are 2 wins away from the NBA Finals.
And isn't that amazing? This is just, I don't know, Weber, he was fantastic tonight. We'll have all of the highlights and a live report from Los Angeles. Dana Jacobson is in the studio, and it's coming up. Great to see. What a game.
Yeah, and no cheeseburgers to blame in this one at all. It was all Kings on their own. Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. Time for Sacramento to hit the road. And while that used to be a certain sign of the Kings' demise, not so for this year's squad. Winning 16 of its last 18 away from Arco, a perfect 4-0 in the postseason. Staples Center, the site for Game 3. Kings looking like the home team on the attack. Check out Vlade on the block again. He had 3 of them in the ball game. As for offense, it was all team effort. Christie from downtown, he had 17 points to go with 12 rebounds in the game, and Mike Bibby, as he has all postseason long, doing it all on his own. The steal and the J, 24 points for Bibby in the game, and that is truly taking it to him, huh, Mike? Well, so is this. Bobby Jackson, smallest guy on the floor. You'd never know it. What an effort from BJ. Kings up as many as 21 in the first half, up 8 at the break. In the third, trying to finish things off, Hito, 2 of his 14, and then Weber jamming in 2 of his 26. Kings are up 23 at the end of 3 and get a scare in the fourth. Kobe time. Kobe Bryant with 16 of his 22 points in the quarter, most of them coming in a 14-0 LA run. But the Kings hold off the rally with its own offense. Sacramento wins 103-90 for a 2-1 series lead. News 10 Sports Director Stuart Sato joins us now from Los Angeles. Stu, team basketball does it again. 6 players in double figures. Back-to-back losses for LA. The Kings have to feel good, but they still have room for improvement, too.
You know what? The Kings played a really good basketball game today, a total team effort, and except for a couple minutes down the stretch, this was a great game. The Kings have been saying all along in the series, Dana, that they haven't played a real great basketball game against the Lakers. Well, tonight, minus those couple of minutes down the stretch, this was a masterpiece.
About the outstanding play of
Kings on the road, confident, brash, unafraid. When the world champs come out flat,
we're a good enough team to where we know how to pick it up, and so I look for a different type of effort on Sunday.
You know, Dana, they say the wounded animal is the most dangerous. The Lakers are very much wounded right now. Expect them to come out with a lot different effort, a much better Laker team on Sunday, because if they lose on Sunday, this series is just about over.
All right, Stu, thanks a lot, and we will talk to you tomorrow from Los Angeles and check in with the Kings as well.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, Game 4 is Sunday afternoon in Los Angeles. That'll be a 2:30 tip. One more. Sure, Barry Bonds could think of no better place to play this weekend than the hitting-friendly Coors Field. Giants, obviously.
Because we could hear you from like 100 yards away calling the game. You are awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, Stu.
Coming up next, round and round and round she goes, and where it stops, nobody knows.
A runaway boat puts its owner through a wild ride. We'll have the story coming up next on News 10.
Right back.
He's on News 10 Midday. David Allen, attorney at law, answers your legal questions. Call in every Friday at 11 a.m. on News 10 Midday.
If you're taking the boat out this weekend, make sure somebody's driving.
Yeah, this boat was stuck at full throttle and a hard left after the owner fell out. His first thought?
I didn't want to get run over by my own boat. Person in the water and a boat going around in circles with no driver.
That was one of the deputies, and he couldn't believe it, but there it was, the little trust going in circles and circles. They tried ropes into the prop, finally got a nudge, got the boat back to its owner.